Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth from Total Tech Princess, and a couple months ago, one of the big news stories was that Google was killing off its feed reader service called Google Reader, and ever since then everyone's kind of been scrambling around trying to find the best alternative and what you're supposed to do when you want to read your favorite blog. So I found two, Feedly and Flipboard. They're both apps. One of them is available only on mobile devices, other one is available on desktop and mobile devices. So I'm going to compare those and tell you which one I think you should use. This one is mainly going to be for mobile users who like to read on their phones and don't have time to sit down at a desktop, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to talk about which one I like, which one I don't, and which one you should choose. Alright, so let's start with Feedly. One of the first things they're going to ask you to do when you open the app is import your Google Reader account. Or if you don't have one of those, you can use the Feedly app normally. Just search for any blog that you want to read and add it to your Feedly. You can also swipe to the right and use your Android login, Google login with your Google account, or again, just import your Google Reader. It's the same thing. Alright, so here's the Feedly layout. This is the Today section, all the most recent articles from this week or right now that you haven't read yet. And you can see each little blog is set up like a magazine, has a cover and all these little stories inside that you flip up and you scroll through vertically like you would in a magazine, except you scroll vertically instead of horizontally. Alright, so the next part is the categories. You can scroll through easily, get to whatever blog you want to get to. And this is what I was talking about when I said Feedly's a little more colorful than Flipboard, because as you can see, each category has its own color, and I just refreshed the page there. Now about how Feedly handles is your individual pictures and links. As you can see, the pictures are all resized to fit your screen. And you see I'm scrolling past some more pictures and some links here. They're all green, just like the Feedly logo, so I guess it all fits into one theme. And so do the links, all the links at the bottom here, they're all green. Okay, so how do you discover new content with Feedly? Well, you swipe to the left and you bring up this little menu with all the different categories. You can search in different languages as well, and they give you all the different categories: tech, YouTube, photography, fashion, whatever you want to do. And you can also search for a particular blog if what you want is not there. Yeah, so you can search for, I just use the example Mashable here, you can search for whatever blog you want to read and then add it to your Feedly right away. The next feature is called Save for Later. And I've saved a few articles here, but when you find an article that you want to read later, don't have time to read now, all you have to do is add it to your Save for Later, click the bookmark button next to the little tweet symbol, and you save it. Now moving on to the social sharing options. You are allowed to tweet an article right within the app as long as your Twitter account is already in the phone, linked up and everything. All you have to do is authorize it, and then it auto-generates a tweet for you with the link and everything already in there. You can add hashtags and whatever you want. I'm not going to actually tweet this article here, but yeah, that's how you do it. Alright, so there are more sharing options as well. You can share to Facebook, Google+, messaging, text message to a friend, Pocket, Instapaper, or Cut, I believe that is. You can share a link, Google Chrome, and you can also share to some more apps. And then you can share to add to Buffer, Pinterest, Google Drive, Evernote, Facebook page, Skype, just more sharing options there. Alright, so moving on to Flipboard, the first thing you notice is, like I said, the magazine style layout where you're flipping vertically. I'm scrolling through all the cover stories here. It's really easy to scroll through. Not as easy as Feedly. You cannot see as many stories as once, but it's still pretty easy. And when you're browsing a longer story, for example, the story I'm looking at now is 4 pages. It's really easy. You don't have to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You can just view one page at a time. The Flipboard app also handles inline media very well. It doesn't link to an external app or anything. It has its own little player, and I'm just playing a little bit of a clip from E there. Alright, then you have your categories. You know, you got business, tech and news, photos and design, art and culture, a little more specific. And if you don't like what you see here, you can go ahead and search for anything. I'm going to use my same Mashable example here, search for Mashable again, and once I found it, it'll bring it up for me and I can subscribe to it. added right to my Flipboard, and it shows up as a little tile. Okay, so as you can see, Flipboard does have a little more social integration. You can like an article on Facebook, as you saw there, but you have to log in. And you can also comment on that Facebook post, and I assume the Facebook comment will go to Mashable's Facebook page. And then you can go even further. You see all these accounts you can log into here and share the posts that you find on there as well. We have LinkedIn, Sina Weibo, Google+, Tumblr, RenRen, Twitter, and Facebook. And when you have found something you like, you can share it within the apps that you have installed in your phone as well. And it looks like you can share it to the same apps that you can with Feedly, you know, Pinterest, Drive, Evernote, everything like I already said. Alright everyone, so for me, my winner is Feedly just because of its better design, connection with Google Reader. I don't really mind the lack of, you know, social integration. I don't share my articles on my social networks that much. Flipboard, I won't be completely uninstalling it or abandoning it. I'll still use it on iOS devices, Android, everything. I think Feedly's better. It has its own desktop version as well, feedly.com. You can log in there as well and read right on your desktop. Flipboard unfortunately doesn't have that option, even with this great design. I'm still going with Feedly. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me which one you're going to pick. Try each one out if you want. And let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I didn't even realize how cool and nice of a phone this was, you know, back then when I first got it in 2009, until